What's going on, y'all? So, fans turn on LeBron and Lakers after the loss to the Suns. So, I'm gonna do a deep dive into the psychology of the LeBron hate. Now, this is a breakdown of the wildest LeBron-related comments after the Lakers lost to the Suns, analyzed from a psychological and sociological perspective. Now, I'm going to evaluate each claim against actual NBA data, expose weak logic, and flip every comment back onto real life with a what if scenario. So, I'm going to flip every comment back on the commentor. All right. So, if you want objective sports breakdown, as well as objective breakdowns across all the social media uh, content that's out there today with real human behavior analysis, this one's for you. So I think you're going to be entertained by this one. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I will admit that some of these are pretty hilarious. Like some of these, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So Mr. G says, Laheni is the biggest embarrassment to ever happen to the sport. Is this claim supported? Nothing in the box score, his LeBron's 10 points and his plus minus 6, or his career, top 10 all-time level resume, supports biggest embarrassment to the sport. So the verdict is, this is just pure emotional hating. No serious evidential basis. It's a vent, not analysis. So my psych profile for this person is catastrophizing, moralizes performance as total character failure. So let's flip it back on the comment to him. Imagine your coworker calling you the biggest embarrassment in the entire company because you messed up one presentation. Wouldn't that say more about your coworkers' emotional control than your competence? Think about that, Mr. G. All right, next one is Delano Wilson says, trade LeBron and JJ, bench LeBron, and LeBron wanted to lose to make Luka look bad. Is this supported? I don't know what's going on with these folks, but y'all see this? The standings, the Western Conference standings. The Lakers are sitting 15-5. They're second in the West. There's no evidence he's intentionally sabotaging games. That's pure mind reading. And if you can read minds, then your talents is wasted in the comment section. The verdict here is extremely unsupported, a mix of salary, anger, plus conspiracy fantasy. This person's psych profile sees hidden motives everywhere, prefers extreme fixes, trade, bench the star. Come on, man. So what if we flip it back on you? If someone claimed you intentionally botched a project just to make a coworker look bad, who would sound irrational? You or them? Think about it. All right, next up is Gambino 420. As a Suns fan, LeBron is finished. Lakers need to get rid of him. Is this supported? One bad game when their team record is 15-5. Okay, y'all see the record, right? 15-5, 12-4, 12-5 now in the conference. Or is it 12? I gotta double check this because I think this is. I gotta double check if they updated this after tonight's game. So 7-3 at home, 8-2 on the road, and they got 3 road games coming up next. All right. The last 10 games they 8-2. It might be 8-3 if this isn't reflecting the latest loss with the Suns. All right. So no data that getting rid of him makes them better this season. Okay. The verdict is this is just rival fan overreaction, emotional satisfaction, not reasoned roster analysis. This psych profile, this person appears as a binary thinker. It either is or it isn't. Players are either him or finished with little nuance. So what if we flip this back on you, Gambino 420? What if your boss said you were finished at your job because of one bad week? Wouldn't you call that unfair? Isn't that the same logic that applies that you're applying here to Mr. LeBron here? Next up is Elias Scott dating. Says as soon as the Lakers play an average team when Bron returns, you're going to struggle. Is this supported? Well, Lakers are 8-2 in their last 10, like I said, and second in the conference. One ugly Suns loss doesn't equal struggle when Bron plays. I don't know where these people are getting this from, but this verdict is just purely narrative. They're placing greater priority over the narrative versus the data. All right. So uses a single game to prove a pre-built take. This is worse than ESPN first take, man. So this person's psych profile, I told you so identity, looks for confirming evidence. You guys think about this. We got to be careful with confirmation bias. Confirmation bias in psychology says that we look for things to support our beliefs, our thought processes, versus objectively scrutinizing any thought or idea that arises in our minds or that we're presented with externally by others. All right. If we do more critical thinking, I think that's the overall goal. You guys will see the benefit of that. So what if we flip this back on you, Miss Elias Scott dating? If someone judged your whole month by one bad day, wouldn't you call that bias? Isn't that the same pattern here that you're applying? All right, next up, Joe Rince, 7902. Joe Rince, 7902, says, Liability James with the laughing emoji. Now, I think that's pretty, like some of these are pretty clever. Like I saw LaHenny, LaBum, LaFlop. Like the lay with prefix was some random what was the latest one I seen in this one? La Disappointment. Like you can see here, La Friendly to opponents because he was talking to the bench, the Suns bench, while Luka bringing up the ball trying to set up the play. So JJ had to call a timeout. JJ was so disappointed, man. I don't know, man. That was pretty sketchy from LeBron's point of view, but I think people are stretching it, calling him like stat padding and lack of competition. Because if you look at the highlights, man, the first quarter, my man LeBron tried to go up and palm the layup on pin the layup on the glass, the ball on the glass from the Suns player, which he's notoriously famous for in the playoffs, right? So anyway, is this supported? Well, he had a bad game, that's for sure. 3 of 10, 0 rebounds. If we go to the and all of this is on NBA.com. All right, so I pulled up the NBA.com box score. They provide the whole everything if you're curious, if you've never been or explore at NBA.com. They give you a thorough breakdown of every game. So if we go to LeBron James here, can we highlight this? It won't let me highlight. But LeBron James right here. So offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, total 0. All right. Yeah. As a power forward, yo, that's crazy. Like no rebounds, that's crazy. -6, right? Plus or minus. But look at the team, yo. Like he had the best overall. And he played 30 plus minutes. Anyway, so Luka was -25 with 9 turnovers. Wait, how many turnovers did he have? Yeah, Luka had 9. 9 turnovers. Rui scored 0 points, man. Sometimes I just don't get what's going on with Rui. Others were clearly worse, right? So the verdict here, exaggerated label. You can say he underperformed. That's definitely true. But pure liability ignores the whole context of the data, the game. All right. So this person's psych profile uses labels, liability, like they said, to simplify complex performances. So LeBron James is clearly not the liability in this game. But that's why I said we have to explore the psychology of the LeBron hate, because this is just crazy. Like, what if we flip it? Let's just go ahead and flip it on Joe Rince 7902. Joe Rince 7902. What if your family called you a liability every time you made a mistake? Wouldn't that feel abusive? Not honest? Come on, Joe. Let him know, Joe. Remember that on Bad Boys? Martin was like, come on, Joe. Yo, that was hilarious. That boy, let's see, the next one, D-Man6594 says, that boy Bron was desperate for them 10 points. I think a lot of these people are, I feel like a lot of these people are really reaching. Like, I want to, like, have a serious conversation with Bron and ask him, like, are you really, like, trying to stat pad for 10 points? I mean, 10 points, really. It would seem like it would make more sense for him to be able to stat pad against, like, you know, a bunch of rebounds, you know, playing the forward position. But hey, that would be pretty easy, right? Like 10, you know, 5 to 10 rebounds or something like that. He finished with exactly 10 points in what you could call a blowout. That part is factual. But desperate is a guess about this LeBron's inner mindset, like his inner state. And I'm like, these people are not psychic, man. So my verdict, speculative but plausible sounding, built on real stat but jumps to motive. And that's where this person erred. So this person's psych profile, mind reader narrative, infers intention from outcome. So what if we flip it on you, D-Man6594? If someone said you only finished your work because you were desperate for credit, that's all about, isn't that about their story, not your effort? They too focused on you, bro, right? It's crazy. Think about it, D-Man6594. Next up is John 006PX. Embarrassingly and shamelessly stat pads to the detriment of his own team. Is this supported? He was inefficient. The game was clearly out of hand. But didn't I just show y'all his plus or minus in comparison with the other teammates? His was the best among the starters. So hurting the team more than others doesn't match the numbers, bro. All right. The verdict here is overstated moral judgment. It's fair to say those late points didn't matter. For sure they did. But calling it shameless detriment is a huge leap, bro. All right. Psych profile for this person is moralizes play, sees stat chasing as a character defect, not just strategy. So what if we flipped it on you, John? If a coworker accused you of only working to pad your performance review, who's actually being unfair here? All right. Number 8. I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more. Let's just keep it with top 10 because I got 18 of them joints. Let's just do 2 more. Two more. Let's just keep it with 10. Let's see. Real Stefan Urkel. He's stat padding for 10 points now. Now, what if someone, let's just do the flip on this one, because we already did a stat padding one. So let's just do the flip. So, Stefan Urkel, what if someone claims you only posted your achievements online for clout? That reveals their attitude towards success more than your motive. Because why wouldn't we be proud of what we're doing? So, the fact is I think I feel like a lot of people don't understand or haven't looked at the definition of power lately. I think people should really go revisit that definition. Bam 8847 says, now you can see how LeBron affecting his team is like 5v3. Man, these people are not looking at the stats for sure. So LeBron had a bad game, yes. Luka had 38 points, but minus 25 with 9 turnovers. Calling it 5v3 implies both were basically non-players, which is extreme. Verdict, partially grounded, heavily exaggerated. Both stars have flaws, but 5v3 is anger, not math, bro. All right. So what if we flipped it on you? In a group project, if someone said it was basically 2v5, even though you did part of the work, wouldn't you call that disrespectful? All right, last but not least. Where do we get that phrase from, man? Last but not least. Anyway, Francis. LeBron doesn't care about the game anymore. I miss the Heat, LeBron. Supported? Well, this game looked low energy for sure. 0 rebounds, weak defense. But the team being 15-5 contradicts doesn't care anymore as a total statement. The verdict here is recency bias, man. Y'all letting one game out of an 82-game season is like crazy work, man. This is recency bias. You can fairly say he didn't look locked in tonight, but not that he no longer cares at all. That's crazy. This person's psychic profile is nostalgic idealist, compares everything to peak laser-focused versions. All right, LeBron is no longer in his peak. The man has suffered a few injuries, one a sciatic injury, and y'all don't know how. Those who think sciatica is like some lame injury, yo, bro, I'm suffering from this proposed injury. Like my primary care physician, I've been to several research hospitals, and even the physical therapy, more than once. And there is like variations of sciatica, man, that's like really crazy and intense, and I'm experiencing like, so some of y'all are just ignorant to the fact, bro. But what if we flip this on you? if someone decided you don't care about your career anymore based on one tired day, wouldn't that feel wildly unfair? Come on, man. Think about it. All right, y'all. Well, I think that's it for the day. Let me see. There was one that I saw here. That look friendly to opponents is wild though. Like that's hilarious. It was a few of these like LeBron trying to blame Luka by mentioning turnovers. I mean, bro, LeBron had 3 turnovers. He's talking about turnovers in general. He had the third highest turnovers. Austin had 5. Luka had 9. He said turnovers. He didn't. That doesn't the bro. Stop it. And they saying he didn't try it. Like late in the game, like when the game just got away from him, LeBron was talking to the Suns bench, like I mentioned earlier. This was toward the end of the third quarter, and like somewhere like in the fourth, like really early in the fourth, early enough, he pulled all the players and just put the bench out there. Let 10 points. That's what I said. Like that leg prefix with some sort of like random sarcasm is crazy, man. Like that's hilarious. Don't care. I'm leaving. Yo, they wild with this. To say he looks washed, man, is crazy. Like, bro, we just saw this guy in the USA basketball game, man. Like USA basketball, this international basketball is not a joke anymore, man. These guys know how to play. Like, look at these players like Joker and Luca and other, man. These dudes is ballers now. So, man, watching them dudes do what they did in the Olympics, man, was crazy. Like, y'all, like, this dude is approaching 40, man. Ain't no player ever did this and look as good as Bron does. I'm not even a LeBron, like fanatic. My guy's MJ, man, all day, every day. But I just hate the debates between who's the GOAT. Man, there will probably never be another Michael Jordan, man. What he brought to the game. But that's his era. This is LeBron's era. And as far as like eras are concerned, if we say like, I think it's difficult to start comparing players across eras and say, this is the greatest of all time. Well, what are we using to define that? I think that's really what it boils down to. And if the definition is, this, like some rigid definition, and say, well, do these players on the list that we're voting for meet this criteria, and who meets the criteria the most? Then yeah, that would be fair if we do it that way. But a lot of these arguments, we haven't really define really what greatest of all time means, because if we look at longevity as one of the attributes, then you definitely got to put Bron in there. If we look at what he's accomplished in his career, and not only that, is Michael Jordan did not have the same level of scrutiny when he was coming into the league like LeBron James. I haven't seen. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be transparent here. I haven't seen or heard of any other player being as heavily scrutinized and having so much expectation placed on them than LeBron James. From the very beginning, he was expected to win. Like, they was not expecting this about Michael Jordan. Like, if you look at Michael Jordan in college at North Carolina, you saw peaks of like what could be, but he was mostly on like the defensive end. When you like, you go back and watch the games. Like he was not. Nobody looked at Michael Jordan as being the Michael Jordan he became. Like you, that was not like, yo, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like you could look at Michael Jordan then and be like, yo, he was gonna be the Michael Jordan we come to know. Like I said, I'm an MJ fan. He wasn't my favorite player though. He wasn't my favorite player. Like Anthony Hardaway was like my favorite player because he did it all, man. Like he did it all. He did it all. MJ did it all. He could do it all. I'm just saying, like that just wasn't his. I don't know, man. That just wasn't his thing, you know. So Michael Jordan did what he needed to do to win, and obviously he did that more so than what Anthony Hardaway did because Anthony Hardaway never won a chip. And I think people discount how difficult it is to win a chip. And to think about I'm just gonna say a few more points here. When we go to the schedule here, well, let's go to the schedule. Look at this schedule, man. Like I was saying that LeBron has this sciatic injury and that he's rehabilitating, and then also he had a little foot injury in the game versus Dallas. And I think he said that in this interview, I think he said he kind of like re-injured it. Like, not re-injured it, but aggravated it. Now look at the schedule. Okay. So Friday, they played Dallas at 7. But they at home, right? No. This is an away game. Right? So they travel to Dallas on Friday, come back home, right? I don't know if they caught the flight that Friday or Saturday, right? But let's say the game lasted till 10 p.m. and then they getting on the flight. So it's basically the next day, right? So then they come home, get like a little bit of a day, right? To rest, eat, whatever, and then they back at it again the next day at home playing New Orleans, right? And this is at 6:30. And then the next day, 7 p.m., they play Phoenix. So I'm like, bro, dudes don't get tired? Like, man, you can't expect these dudes are playing 82 games, man. 82 games. You think any one of us at any age could just jump in? I don't care how young you are, bro. Like, could just jump in and just start playing 82 game season with practice and all of that, man. Like, bro, stop, man. And like, people just don't put the same level of scrutiny on themselves. Like, I always like to say, think before you speak, you know, because what you project on others could just as easily be projected onto you. So a lot of these people say what they say in the comments, and I get it. Like, a lot of times it's entertainment. Some people just be mad bored and don't have nothing else to do, so they just jump in comments just saying whatever, just trolling. You know what I'm saying? That's a thing. That's a whole thing. That might become a whole profession. You know what I'm saying? With 50 being the 50 Cent being the spokesperson, the chairman. You know what I mean? The president, El Presidente. You know what I mean? Because nobody does it better. And what he did with this Diddy documentary is just even more crazy work, man. Like, I think it should just be like, there should just be t-shirts or like just don't mess with 50, man, because just don't become his enemy, because it's like you have an enemy for life. Like, I wonder with 50 would, like, is there anything a person could say to 50 Cent that would just let you, that would cause 50 to be like, all right, bro, it's cool. Because he just keep coming. He just keep coming, bro, won't stop. But it's like these guys get tired, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. As far as durability, man, what LeBron is able to do at 36, 37, how old is this guy? 36, 37? 38? How old is LeBron? Turns 40. This can't be right. Is he turn? I thought he was still like 38 or something like that. Anyway, I mean, I don't think this is right. I think he's like 38 or something, but maybe. Maybe Tom just passed. He was born in 84. They got him listed at 6'9". I think bro like 6'8". He gotta be like 6'8", cause KD is like 6'11", man. And he like a head over LeBron. But anyway, so look at the schedule, man. They had, I'm saying, like, put all these things into, you know, into the context as well. Like, this is it, man. It's like, bro, it's one game, say 2-game season, and they the second in the West. And the West is a difficult conference. Very difficult, man. So let's see what they do against Toronto, because Toronto is doing their thing right now. BI is just going crazy. BI going crazy. Let's see what they do against Boston, because my squad, Detroit is number 1 in the East, man. Pistons is number 1 in the East. But we lost that game against Boston, man. I think by like 4 points, man. I was so disappointed, because had we took that game, that would have been like an exclamation point on this season. You know, what we was like 10-0, I think, like 14 games in 0 or something like that. It was crazy. So let's see what they do against Toronto, Boston, and Philly. You know, they'll have 2 days of rest. I don't know if they fly out the same day or if they fly out the day before. Probably fly out the same day, like earlier that day, early morning. Hit the gym for practice, you know, and then prep for the game, you know, in preparation for the game. So let's see what they do against these three teams, and they get a huge break after, and then we could continue the evaluation objectively, like see what they do with Utah, got another game with LA, and then Phoenix, and see how they treat this game on the 23rd to close out the month of December. All right, so I'm gonna drop the mic right here, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this. This person said, "I've never seen someone more stationary without the ball than LeBron." Some person thought that LeBron didn't even play yesterday. Oh yeah, because he aggravated his foot. So LeBron said he didn't play in that game against New Orleans because he aggravated his injury. And he said it in this interview. He's like, "Bro, I'm just getting old, man. Just getting old. It's just old age." All right, y'all. I don't see any other funny ones. It was one other. I see LeBron taking the aim, the L. It makes my day better. We needed this. LeBron needs to get locked in. LeBron was a monster on the boards. LeBron IQ is so high. Yeah, that was about it. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna drop the mic right here. Till next video, dropping the mic right here, man.